This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 21st day of November in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Aviation officials from all across the world are in Guyana for the 2018 conference of the International Civil Aviation Organization. More than 190 delegates are attending the meeting, which opened at the Arthur Convention Center this morning. The meeting is being hosted by the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, with the support of the Government of Guyana, the CARICOM Secretariat, the African Union, and other partners. Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, Egbert Field, told the opening ceremony this morning that the conference has come to Guyana at a time when the country is seeing increased airlift and is preparing for major development and growth.
80 years ago, Guyana's aviation industry came to life through powered flights. Just 80 years ago. This involvement in commercial aviation has been the foundation of our hinterland development. Neither the absence of a road network or navigable rivers stretching across our 83,000 square miles, none of that has hindered the development across our savannas and our forested regions. Despite being a small state, our operations are very diverse. Activities such as general aviation are becoming very popular, especially in the area of tourism and movement of mining activity or equipment, etc. This government pursues an open sky policy to complement our tourism growth. Therefore, the GCA follows a very liberal position with regard to the negotiation on air services agreement. It is also one of our strategic objectives to establish a strong economic regulatory framework for our aviation industry.
Mr. Field said Guyana is on the rise, with the National Assembly just recently clearing the Civil Aviation Bill. He noted too the importance of air transportation to the development of many countries, since the sector supports development in all areas. The president of the Council of the International Civil Aviation Organization said he hopes the conference will end with major decisions being reached, linking different parts of the world, especially between Africa and the Caribbean.
Such efforts should include the liberalization and modernization of the regulatory framework for international air transport, which is still being predominantly governed by a complex patchwork of over 5,000 bilateral air services agreements and arrangements. These have greatly fragmented the air services markets. However, by removing this key impediment and streamlining the global regulatory framework, together we can achieve more harmonized operations in line with ICAO's core compliance objectives, while reaping many further safety and economic benefits that will ensue.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu delivered a feature address and said Guyana is pleased to host the international conference, and the government of Guyana is also happy to have played a major role in supporting the hosting.
Aviation in Guyana, as we heard before, is the primary channel to connect internationally, but also with a land space of 83,000 square miles, some 80% of which is pristine tropical rainforest. Aviation is vital to connecting our coastland with riverine and hinterland communities, most of which are populated by our indigenous peoples. Our aviation sector is moving in the right direction, and we are grateful for the commendation of ICAO, and it is growing.
The Prime Minister also spoke about the coming oil industry and the role that will play in seeing increased air traffic and connectivity through air transport, adding that in the Caribbean, air transport remains critical to many countries. Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure with responsibility for aviation, Annette Ferguson, also welcomed the delegates to the conference and explained to them that Guyana has been making strides in the aviation sector. The conference will run until this Friday. More news coming up in just a moment.
Christmas big, plus size big, big things big, we gone big, yeah. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas, Christmas big, plus size big, big things big, we gone big, yeah. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas, yeah. We giving you, yeah. We giving you, plus size Christmas, yeah. We giving you, yeah. We giving you. It's GTT Christmas. Merry plus size Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the GTT Plus Size Christmas. There's always more to love with GTT. Terms and conditions apply. See gtt.co.gy for details.
This Christmas, get a loan for your dream car with an extended repayment term. Spruce up your home with that renovation you always wanted and take advantage of low or no down payment. Get new appliances so you can cook up a storm. You'll get same-day approval. Plus, you can win a getaway to a destination of your choice. Visit RepublicGuyana.com today to find out how.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Get ready to ride it, ready to ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe, drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild, catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong, come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, 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 wave.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong, and refreshing alcoholic brew. Crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Welcome back. President David Granger arrived back in Guyana just before 10 o'clock last evening after completing the first round of treatment in Cuba for his non-Hodgkin lymphoma diagnosis. The top brass of the joint services was at the airport to welcome the president, as well as some members of his staff and party. The president, who arrived wearing a surgical face mask, walked confidently off a Caribbean Airlines flight with his wife at his side. The face mask is to guard against any airborne viruses while in public and is worn temporarily by persons who would have just completed or is going through chemotherapy treatment. As part of his recovery and aftercare, the president is expected to always be in a sterile environment and will have to follow a strict routine of work, exercise, and rest in the coming weeks. The president spent 3 weeks in Cuba and underwent a number of surgical procedures as well as chemotherapy treatment for his cancer diagnosis. Doctors in Cuba say he's expected to make a full recovery. He may have to return to Cuba for a follow-up visits with his doctor and possibly further treatment if needed. This morning, the president joined members of his cabinet and religious leaders at State House for a welcome home and prayer service. The Ministry of Finance has dispatched a circular to the heads of all budget agencies informing them of the government's approval of wages and salary increases for public servants. According to the circular, which has been seen by News Source, those public servants earning up to $100,000 per month will get a 7% increase in their salaries, while those earning between $100,000 and $299,999 will get a 6.5% increase. The circular further states that public servants whose salaries fall between $300,000 and $499,999 per month will see a 5% increase in their salaries, while those earning between $500,000 and $699,999 per month will see their salaries go up by 3%. For those public servants making between $700,000 and $799,999 per month, they can look forward to a 2% increase in their salaries, while those making between $800,000 and $999,999 per month will get a 1% increase. Public servants who earn over $1 million per month will get an increase in their salaries of just 0.5%. The increases will be retroactive to January 1 of this year, and the finance minister intends to seek cabinet's approval for the increases to be tax-free. The cabinet is likely to make a decision on that before he presents the national budget next Monday. Members of the discipline services who are also considered public servants will get the same increases. However, the increases are not applicable to teachers, employees of the University of Guyana, and ministers and other members of parliament. The Guyana Teachers Union has already signed on to its own agreement with the Ministry of Education, while the salaries for university employees will be addressed by the university's administration. Government ministers and other members of parliament got an increase in their salaries just after the new government took office back in 2015, and that was a one-off increase for the entire 5-year term of the government. The 2018 public service salary increases come at a time when the Guyana Public Service Union is complaining about the government moving to impose salary increases and not completing negotiations with the union. The finance minister has already indicated that public servants could look forward to salary increases in 2019 and 2020 also. A 44-year-old woman is the latest victim of a gold mining accident in the country's interior region. The Guyana Police Force today reported that a woman miner, Elaine Figuera, was working along with 2 others in the Arakaka Bag Dam when the mining pit she was working in collapsed suddenly and covered her. She was pulled from the pit moments later and rushed to the district hospital in the Northwest District, but was pronounced dead on arrival. Her body is awaiting a post-mortem examination. An investigation team from the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission is expected to head into the community to probe the incident. The area is reportedly known for several small miners who operate on various mining claims in the community. There have been efforts to get small miners to step up their safety practices, but still there have been a number of mining accidents that turned out deadly this year. On the police blotter, the Guyana Police Force is stepping up its presence in a number of communities as the holiday season approaches, and citizens can expect to see a number of police operations. The police force announced today that an 18-year-old young woman of South Better Hope on the east coast of Demerara was taken into custody after she was found with an unlicensed .45 pistol without a magazine. The unemployed woman was nabbed just after lunch today in the Plaisance area. The police acted on information received. Yesterday morning, during an operation in the Bushlot quarantine area, the police acting on information went to a house and carried out a search. During that search, they found an unlicensed shotgun with 4 live cartridges. A man and his parents are in custody assisting with the investigations. In the Pomeroon area yesterday, also a police investigative team acted on information and carried out a search at a citrus farm. Over 5 pounds of cocaine was found on the premises. The owner of the premises has since been arrested. On Monday, during a stop-and-search exercise in the Charity area, police officers found 2 9mm pistols, 3 magazines, and 58 live rounds in a motor car. The 3 occupants of the car were arrested, and an investigation has been launched into that incident. And on the Linden-Suslike Highway in the vicinity of the highway base outpost for the police, a minibus was searched on Monday night. A male passenger was found in possession of an unlicensed .38 revolver with ammunition as well as a spent shell. He was also arrested. The Guyana Police Force launched its Christmas security program 2 days ago, and the program will see heightened police presence and operations all across the country. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.